Hello and welcome back to another Telltale video. In today's one, we're looking at the brand new TMNT, the Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution issue number 4. Oh boy, this series is getting longer and longer to say each time. But yeah, either way, getting back to this one seeming like it's going to be a pretty crazy one just by looking at the first few images. Now, if you did read last issue, then you know what happened with how crazy things got in the last few pages, with Leg getting flooded and Mattel's have to relocate. And with where they are relocating to, it's rather interesting, but I don't feel like the writers are using this to their full advantage with the shock value, and they're just kind of just rushing things along. So yeah, okay, yeah, let's just actually get into this one. Okay, yeah, so I do want to make this very clear. I had nothing to do with the quality of the images, so I'm sorry if they're a little bit crap, but I had nothing to do with it. So on this first page, it's just we get to see a bit of New York and everything's been flooded. And yeah, there's not really too much to this bit here. I mean, I must admit, it's pretty cool to see like New York from a different angle and seeing how things have evolved since last time I saw it. It's also pretty nice to see that. Also, I won't lie, I really like the blues and the greens that I use for the water. That looks like really nice. If anything else, that's only the nice part about this page. But yeah, so then going over to the next bit, which is a 2-page spread, and this one we do get to see the van is flying over to the new base, and Uno's wondering why this base, why this whole protocol is teddy bear and all that kind of stuff. And he goes on to say that because everything with Theodore Roosevelt, and I still don't really understand it myself. So hopefully I'm not being a bit stupid here, but. Yeah, and you just go on to say she will explain everything later to Uno. I doubt it, but I would like some explanations as to what's really happening with the Teddy Bear Protocol kind of thing. But yeah, it's there, I guess. And other than that, there's not really too much to this to these 2 pages here, other than just the van's going over to the new location. So for the next bit, we do get to see them talking a little bit more, and that's when they do actually reveal where this location is, and it's on Roosevelt Island, which is where Baxter Stockman had his island in the first volume of The Last Ronin, and where Mikey killed Baxter. So I mean, I must admit, that's honestly pretty cool. And I'd say here's where I do feel like they are rushing things a little bit too much with the whole reveal of everything, because even though they revealed it, they just go on to talk about the next bit, about the protocol and all that kind of stuff. And it's understandable given the situation and all that kind of stuff with April, the city, and all that kind of stuff. But it just feels like they're just rushing this way too much. And the way that and whether Casey just brushes it off as if it's not really much, because Casey why so many people? April, she goes on to say that the reason why she didn't tell Casey about it was the fact that it was a need to know kind of thing, and Casey didn't need to know. But this feels like it's a big thing, but at the same time just brushing off as if it's nothing. So yeah. And then after that, we do go on to see a little bit more about the argument between Casey and April, and this is where she goes on. April goes on to explain everything about how with after Mikey killed Baxter, they decided to rebuild the island to make it into a base, and because Casey was on need to know, she didn't really need to know about all this kind of stuff. And even though this bit is really cool, it just feels like they are just rushing things way too much, as if this is not an important thing whatsoever, but it really is. But at the same time, it doesn't. I don't know. It just feels like they're rushing things way too much here. But yeah. So then for the next bit, we do get to see April. She's talking to someone else. I can't remember the name of this character, and. Yeah, and oh boy, and we do get to see the turtles. They're communicating psychically, but there's not really too much to it other than that. They're just being okay, so I want to go, because Odin wants to go home, and then Uno says stop being stupid, all that stuff is destroyed, and deal with it when we get back and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then Andrew can see at the bottom, April's talking to the other character about getting the systems back online. However, because of Honeycutt was there last time and like Friday, I think the base is sort of not functional as what April wanted it to be. So yeah. So I'd say for like overall for this preview bit, it seems cool enough, I want to say, but it's just, I don't know, it's weird because there's a lot of stuff in here which I'm like really curious about, with the whole like Baxter's Island being rebuilt as a headquarters kind of thing. That is really cool, but at the same time they're not really like using it to the full advantage, and it just feels like just rushing over things, and I don't feel like this is going to be a kind of thing which I do go back on and actually make it out to be like something cooler than what it actually is, but that's really unfortunate. And I do feel like there are some cool elements in this bit, but I just feel like they're rushing things way too much. And then also like from like some of the covers, I was getting like the vibe that like they would be going to Northampton from what I was getting the feeling of, but they're not. So I got a feeling that might be a flashback kind of thing, which if that's the case, then that's cool, but I want to see a new Turtles go there. So yeah, I guess we can't have everything, but yeah. Okay, yeah, so let's move on to everything else. So for the description for this issue, it is: the criminal underworld takes over of New York City is ongoing, and the violence is escalating. A city is overwhelmed by gangs warfare in the streets when coordinated attacks threaten to fully destroy the resistance. April executes an untested contingency plan, and the allies and enemies alike must flee to safety. With the city so dangerous though, there's few places of sanctuary left. As resistance survivors retreat to an old stronghold, the new TMNT must reconcile the past with the present in the ultimate issue of the re-evolution story. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say that overall for the description, it does seem kind of basic enough, and it's not giving away any spoilers, which I do think is kind of great, but at the same time, I feel like there should have been at least like a little bit more detail in there to get us more interested in this one. But yeah, either way, it's decent enough. It does a job. I can't ask more from that. So yeah. Okay, yeah. So for the covers, I'm only gonna go over the first first few, just because there's already quite a few. There's 14 covers so far, and I believe there's supposed to be a few more as well, because I believe they're supposed to be doing like a hardcover edition for this one as well. Why? Who knows? But we've got cover A, which is done by the Osage brothers, and this one we do get to see the turtles. They're on this like taxi or just like a yellow like car, maybe the toll tank or something, but they're in the streets with the flooding and everything like that, and it's cool to see the turtles using different weapons and also the masks and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't have too much to really say about it other than just that. So yeah, and then for cover B, which is done by Kevin Eastman, we do get to see the turtles. They're jumping down in like a fighting arena with loads of people, like mobs, like pitches and that kind of stuff. It's really cool. Also, like how this one they are giving the turtles like two different sets of weapons. So you got Yi with the nunchucks and Sai, Uno with a sword and Sai. I mean, like, this is really cool. I mean, I don't know if it's practical whatsoever, but I mean, I don't think it is. I mean, especially you've got like oh, was it lame? Mojo in the back with like a staff and a sword. I don't think that's practical whatsoever. So, oh God, help them. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite curious about this location as well. I wonder if this location will be in the story and this whole event will be taking place. I would like to think so, but I doubt it at the same time. And then for the last one, which I'm going to do, which covers C, which is done by Ben Bishop. So on the top, we do get to see the four turtles. They're going through the waters, and I mean, I love this. This looks so cool, menacing and threatening with the turtles, like looking like assassins. It looks amazing. I love this bit so much. And then at the bottom, we do get to see a flashback to Donnie's death, which yeah, I mean, do we really need a reminder of that kind of stuff? But yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Are you looking forward to it? Are you not? And yeah, that's going for today, guys. If you listen, please share this, subscribe on stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.